the Himalayas. The name alone evokes a sense of awe. Towering peaks pierce the sky. Glaciers carve through the landscape. This is a place of extremes, where nature reigns supreme. And for many adventurers, the ultimate goal is to stand at the foot of the world's highest mountain, Everest. The Everest Base Camp trek is more than just a hike. It's a journey into the heart of the Himalayas. It's a test of physical and mental endurance. And it's an opportunity to experience the rich culture of the Sherpa people. The trek takes you through some of the most breathtaking scenery on Earth. You'll trek past towering peaks, glacial valleys, and ancient monasteries. Along the way, you'll be challenged by the altitude, the weather, and the terrain. But the rewards are more than worth it. Reaching Everest Base Camp is a truly life-changing experience. It's a chance to push your limits and discover what you're really capable of. The call of Everest is strong. Are you ready to answer it? Your adventure begins in Kathmandu, the bustling capital of Nepal. This vibrant city is a melting pot of cultures and religions. It's a place where ancient temples stand side by side with modern buildings. Take some time to explore Kathmandu's winding streets and soak up the atmosphere. Visit the Buddhanath Stupa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Wander through the shops and markets of Tamil. Kathmandu is also where you'll meet your trekking group and guide. They will help you prepare for the journey ahead. This is a good time to check your gear and make sure you have everything you need. The air in Kathmandu is thick with anticipation. Excitement for the journey ahead is palpable. Soon, you'll leave the city behind and set off for the mountains. The adventure is about to begin. The next morning, you'll catch a flight to Lukla, a small town in the Khumbu region of Nepal. The flight itself is an adventure. You'll soar over the foothills of the Himalayas. The views are breathtaking. The plane will land on a short runway carved into the side of a mountain. Lukla is the starting point for most Everest Base Camp treks. It sits at an elevation of 9,383 feet, or 2,860 meters. This is your first taste of the high altitude. Take some time to acclimatize to the thinner air. From Lukla, you'll start trekking towards Everest Base Camp. The trail follows ancient trading routes. You'll be walking in the footsteps of Sherpa people and explorers. The trail winds its way up through rhododendron forests. You'll cross suspension bridges over rushing rivers. The air is fresh and clean. The scenery is breathtaking. After a few days of trekking, you'll reach Namche Bazaar. Namche Bazaar is the largest town in the Khumbu region. It's known as the Sherpa capital. Here you'll find shops selling trekking gear, souvenirs, and local crafts. There are also plenty of restaurants and cafes where you can relax and refuel. Take a rest day in Namche Bazaar to acclimatize to the altitude. Visit the Sherpa Culture Museum to learn about the local people and their way of life. The air is thin, but the views are worth it. Section 5. Dingboche, Monastery in the Clouds. From Namche Bazaar, the trail continues to climb. You'll trek through pine forests. You'll pass by small villages. The air gets thinner with every step. Prayer flags flutter in the wind. They carry blessings to the heavens. You'll reach Dingboche Monastery, one of the most important monasteries in Nepal. It sits on a ridge at an elevation of 12,687 feet, or 3,867 meters. The views from the monastery are incredible. You can see Everest, Lhotse, Nuptse, and Ama Dablam. Attend a prayer ceremony at the monastery. Experience the spiritual side of the Himalayas. The monks welcome visitors. They offer blessings for a safe journey. Section 6. Kala Pathar, Touching the Sky. As you continue your trek, the air grows even thinner. The terrain becomes more challenging, but the views are more rewarding than ever. You'll trek past glaciers. You'll see ice falls. You might even spot a yak or two. Finally, you'll reach Everest Base Camp. It's a jumble of tents at the foot of the Khumbu icefall. Take some time to explore the base camp. Imagine the climbers preparing for their summit push, but your journey isn't over yet. For the best views of Everest, you'll need to hike to Kala Pathar. This vantage point sits at an elevation of 18,192 feet, or 5,545 meters. The hike to Kala Pathar is strenuous, but the reward is worth every step. From the summit, you'll have a 360-degree view of the Himalayas. Everest looms large in the distance. It's a moment you'll never forget. Section 7. The People of the Khumbu. The Everest Base Camp trek is more than just a physical challenge. It's an opportunity to experience the unique culture of the Sherpa people. The Sherpa are an ethnic group from the mountainous regions of Nepal. They are renowned for their strength, resilience, and mountaineering skills. The Sherpa people have a deep respect for the mountains. They believe that the mountains are sacred. You'll see evidence of their beliefs everywhere you go. Prayer flags flutter in the wind. Mani stones line the trails. Monasteries perch on high ridges. Interact with the Sherpa people you meet along the way. Learn about their culture and traditions. Share a cup of tea with a local family. Listen to their stories. You'll gain a newfound appreciation for the human spirit. The Sherpa people are an integral part of the Everest Base Camp trek. Embrace the opportunity to learn from them. Their resilience and spirit are an inspiration. Section 8. Preparing for the heights. The Everest Base Camp trek is a challenging trek. It's not for the faint of heart. You'll be trekking for several hours each day. You'll be gaining significant altitude. You'll be exposed to the elements. It's important to be physically and mentally prepared for the challenges ahead. Start training several months in advance. Focus on building your cardiovascular endurance and leg strength. Hike with a weighted backpack. Practice on hills or stairs. Acclimatizing to the altitude is crucial. As you ascend, the air gets thinner. This can lead to altitude sickness, a serious condition. To prevent altitude sickness, it's important to ascend slowly. Take rest days in Namche Bazaar and Dingboche. Drink plenty of water. Listen to your body. Don't underestimate the challenges of the trek. Prepare yourself properly. Respect the altitude. A safe and successful trek depends on it. Section 9. Logistics and accommodation. There are two ways to trek to Everest Base Camp, independently or with a guided tour. Trekking independently gives you more freedom and flexibility, but it also requires more planning and preparation. You'll need to obtain the necessary permits. You'll need to arrange your own transportation and accommodation. Joining a guided tour takes care of the logistics for you. You'll have an experienced guide to lead the way. You'll have porters to carry your gear. You'll trek with a group of like-minded individuals. Accommodation on the Everest Base Camp trek is basic but comfortable. You'll be staying in tea houses, which are small lodges run by local families. Tea houses offer simple rooms with beds and blankets. Some tea houses have private bathrooms with hot showers. Meals are available at the tea houses. Before your trek, research your options. Choose the option that best suits your needs and budget. Proper planning is essential for a successful trek. Section 10. The Summit of Self. Reaching Everest Base Camp is a remarkable achievement. It's a test of physical and mental endurance. It's a journey that will stay with you long after you return home. You'll have stood at the foot of the world's highest mountain. You'll have witnessed the raw beauty of the Himalayas. You'll have pushed your limits and discovered what you're capable of. But the true summit of the Everest Base Camp trek is not a place. It's a state of mind. It's the realization that you are capable of more than you thought possible. It's the confidence that comes from overcoming challenges. It's the humility that comes from standing in the presence of something far greater than yourself. The Everest Base Camp trek is a transformative experience. It's a journey that will change you forever. The Himalayas are calling. Answer the call. Discover the summit within yourself.